I'll just give you guys a quick demo on this. This is called the Yoga Trapeze. There's a couple of things that are really interesting just in terms of, aside from just the fun factor, the things that are really interesting about the Yoga Trapeze, one of the biggest things is we can work on our grip strength. And in yoga, grip strength is a huge problem because there's nothing that is pulling, there's nothing that is rowing, there's nothing that is lifting. This is a functional human thing. We have push, pull, hold. Those are functional fitness, strength stuff. And in yoga, we do a really good job of push, we do a really good job of hold, but there's just no way to replicate hold. Some of the partner yoga, acro yoga, get a little bit of it, but much, much easier just to either lift up something heavy or to lift your own body weight. So a lot of really advanced yoga students, they'll get on this thing for the first time and they won't be able to, lift their own body weight just because their grip strength is shot. Even though they have really great functional mobility and strength, their grip strength is shot just because in yoga classes, you just never grab anything heavy. In yoga, there's a really big problem with wrist pain, wrist injuries, and shoulder pain. People always attribute it to bad alignment. It's almost never bad alignment. It's just people, again, don't have that functional grip strength. So that's one of the things that's really cool about yoga trapeze is you can learn functional grip strength in a way that's fun, and for people who don't like gyms, it can be a fun way to do it. The other thing that's really helpful is for spinal health. So people come to yoga classes to fix their back, whether they have sort of mild chronic lower back pain, or they have some kind of spinal injury, or they just have kind of downward disease in their lower back. We have yoga trapezes all over the world. Probably the number one thing people do is just hang upside down every night after work, just to decompress their spine. And it creates millimeters of difference, but for some people that's enough to relieve the compression from the day of sitting at the desk. Last but not least, again, there's tons of different things we can do here, but in terms of really unique thing, is posterior chain strengthening. So, anterior, posterior, the whole back of your body is really important for spinal health. And because we don't do a lot of this, our entire posterior chain tends to be really weak, which makes us susceptible to back pain. And so posterior chain work is really helpful. We do a lot of this in yoga classes, but for somebody who's dealing with a back pain problem, it can be really helpful as kind of a part of a self-healing regime to do posterior chain work. So what does that look like? Well, it's kind of a big fancy name for squats, right? We do a whole bunch of different squats. We can do them really safely on the yoga trapeze. When people start doing squats at home, especially if they're carrying a little extra weight, especially if they have banged up knees or a lower back problem, people will go home and they'll be like, yeah, this squatting thing is great. They do a couple of air squats, the next day they wake up with knee pain and back pain, and they're like, that was great, but I can't do it. For the yoga trapeze, because you have the support of your arms, you can really control it. We can do isometric holds, where we squat and hold. We can do dynamic holds, but I can be really, really mindful of my knee alignment, keeping my knee right over my ankle, and keeping the integrity of that joint very, very secure. So it's a way of doing ultra-safe squats. It's completely possible to do even weighted squats, what are called ass to grass, which is where you go all the way down. That can be very, very helpful on your knees. Just secure my knee. But for most people, especially in public classes, we always err on the side of safety, so we just squat to 90. But you can do a lot of really great posterior chain work. You can do work on pistol squats and things that you could never normally do if you were just working out at home or working out in a gym. How we get into the trapeze is a couple of different ways. Depending on how tall you are, you might just take the trapeze and be able to slide your bum in. You can also grab the handles and lift and jump in. It doesn't really matter how you get in. And bring your arms way out to the side. Just spread your arms all the way out. There you go. Now I want you to slowly start to lower back, and as you do, I want you to bring your legs in a V shape. Out to the side. V, 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 V. Open them up, open up. Good. So this is a V shape. He's always safe when he's in a V shape. If he brings his legs up here, he could just fall on his head, and then I have a liability issue here. We want to do V legs always when we come up and down. Good. Now what we're going to have him do is double cross his legs. We have a few different positions. This is a lock position. So he's going to bring it around and double cross. Now what he did is straighten his leg. I'd encourage you to keep your knee bent. There's nothing wrong with straightening your leg, but your legs won't get as tired if you keep them a little bit bent. Now from here, grab your elbows above your head and just hang in the lock. So we call this traction Jackson, and this is just a really simple spinal traction pose. So if you can see what happens here, he's basically hanging from his hips, and he gets a really nice lengthening on his spine. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is called Spider-Man, and then from here we're going to transition to Superman. What you do is grip the handles, and bring your thumbs and touch them on your shoulders. No energy, no energy, no energy. Good. Touch your thumbs to your shoulders. Good. That's it. Okay, now with your eyes, look forward. Lift your chin away from your chest and look forward. Good. Now grip those handles strong. Grip the handle strong. Good. And then on 3, I want you to do a push-up, but don't bring your arms forward. Bring them down, like you're pushing down into the floor. 1, 2, 3. Get your legs back. There you go.
Superman.
Now what happens here? What happens here in Superman pose is everything feels cool. Extend your arms all the way out to the side. This is called opening up the ring, so you can see what's going on. Good. As you lower back, I want you to keep your eyes on your toes the whole time. Just lift the lower back and spread your legs wide apart, wide apart, wide as you can, wide as you can. Good. Keep your eyes on your toes. Keep your eyes on your toes. Okay. From here, why don't we come into a back bend? Bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees. Now from here, release your hands slowly. You just slide down, slide down. We'll take this Ferris wheel pose first. Like that here.
Nice.
And now if it's comfortable, you can kick into that leg. What you think is it's going here, but really here is where you feel it. It's like, oh, it feels really good. Good. Now you go as far as you're comfortable. But here's what's cool. When you do the splits on the floor, it's super awkward, especially if you can't go all the way to the floor. When we're here in the air, it's really nice because you can throttle the intensity with your arms. So on the floor, you might just feel awkward, sometimes your knee hurts. But you can hang out here for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, using your arms to control the stretch. It's actually a really nice way to work on the full splits. Okay, now I just want you to find your balance slowly. There's no rush here. But as you feel comfortable, start to straighten your arms up and start to straighten your leg back.
Keep kicking, don't
Lift your
stop
chin
kicking.
away from your chest. Lift your chin away from your chest. Chin away from your chest. There you go. Good. So this one we call ring hold. You just come up and you hold like this. And you turn your hands out just slightly so the thumbs are out at your side.
Oh, you can do that. You can put your
You don't need to
legs.
Oh, she's just going straight into that one, right?
Everything.
There you go.
She has one. She with no hesitation.
She
She has one. Oh, okay. Cheat.
Does she have one?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have one? Okay, that helps.
That's beautiful, Nicole.
I want
And then we
that
do
one.
these.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay.